Every day, we carry the world's weight on our shoulders. We're flooded with decisions, swamped by responsibilities, and haunted by thoughts of how things could have been different. But what if I told you that a philosophy from 2,000 years ago could help clear your mind and bring peace in this chaos? Today, we're exploring the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. His teachings on the human spirit and the nature of life are more relevant now than ever. By adopting Stoicism, you can shift how you handle life's challenges, turning obstacles into steps toward wisdom and inner peace. Stick around to learn how ancient wisdom can solve modern problems, helping you build resilience and clarity amid life's storms. This isn't just about history. It's about upgrading your mindset for today's world. Know someone who's feeling lost in life's noise? Share this video with them. It might be the beacon they need. And if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button to fully understand how these timeless strategies can transform your thinking and living. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Learn to control your emotions. This is a central pillar of Stoicism, but it's not just about bottling up feelings. It's about understanding and managing emotions in a way that benefits your mental well-being. Marcus Aurelius faced many crises as a Roman emperor and often wrote about staying composed, not by suppressing emotions, but by using them constructively. Imagine facing a setback at work. Maybe a project you invested a lot of time in gets cancelled. Naturally, you'll feel disappointment or even anger. Stoicism encourages us to step back and analyze our emotions. Why are we upset? Is it about the wasted effort, the change in plans, or the fear of consequences? By understanding the source of these emotions, we can choose how to respond instead of just enduring them. This control isn't about denial. Stoicism doesn't ask us to ignore sadness or frustration, but to acknowledge them, understand their origins, and decide how to let them affect us. Will you let anger drive your next conversation, or will you recognize it, understand its cause, and use that energy to move forward? Controlling emotions also means sticking to your values, regardless of life's ups and downs. If someone harshly criticizes your work, your first instinct might be to get defensive or feel hurt. But a Stoic approach would be to pause and consider the criticism objectively. Is there truth in it? Can it help me improve? This way, you turn what could be a painful moment into a valuable lesson. Even small daily frustrations like traffic or long lines are perfect opportunities to practice Stoicism. Instead of letting impatience build, use the time for mindfulness or planning your day. By reframing these situations, you control your emotional response and turn stressful moments into periods of calm reflection or productive thinking. Learning to manage emotions isn't just about personal peace. It builds resilience, helping us meet challenges with grace and turn potential conflicts into opportunities for growth. Lesson 2. Train your perception. This isn't just about looking at things differently. It's about changing how we approach the challenges and experiences we face every day. Marcus Aurelius taught that our perceptions shape reality more than the events themselves. It's a major shift from reacting to the world around us to actively shaping how we experience it by choosing how we interpret and respond. Think about it. Every moment of frustration or anxiety is an opportunity. Stuck in traffic, feeling your pulse rise? That's a chance to train your perception. Stoicism teaches us to see it not as wasted time or an annoyance, but as an opportunity to reflect, maybe listen to a podcast or an audiobook, turning a frustrating delay into a productive or relaxing break. In everyday life, we often react passively, accepting our first reactions as the only way to see things. But what if we paused, even for a moment, and questioned that reaction? What if we asked, is there another way to view this? This practice lies at the heart of Stoic training. It doesn't just change your mood in the moment, but reshapes your beliefs and attitudes over time. For example, if you're overwhelmed by a big work project, instead of giving in to stress, a Stoic approach would be to break the project down into smaller, manageable tasks, focusing on one step at a time. This shifts your perception from seeing a massive problem to viewing it as a series of achievable steps, reducing anxiety and boosting productivity. Training your perception also means staying present. It's about not letting your mind dwell on the past or worry about the future. Mindfulness, a key aspect of Stoicism, encourages us to be fully aware of the present moment and to find gratitude in it, leading to a more joyful and fulfilling life. Let's strive to apply this lesson from Marcus Aurelius in our daily lives. Each situation, whether trivial or overwhelming, is a chance to practice Stoicism, to train our perception, and to transform our reality from within. By doing so, we not only improve our lives, but set an example for others on how to live more thoughtfully and intentionally. Lesson 3. Practice the dichotomy of control. The idea is simple. Know what you can control and what you can't, and focus your energy where it counts. While it seems straightforward, applying this mindset can greatly reduce stress and boost effectiveness in life. Think about the last time you dealt with something beyond your control, like a delayed flight or an unexpected change at work. The natural reaction is often frustration or anxiety, but Stoicism teaches us to rethink that response. You can't control the delay, but you can control your reaction. Do you let it ruin your mood, or do you accept it and use the time productively, maybe by catching up on a book or some work? Marcus Aurelius advised us to focus our energy on what we can influence. For example, when preparing for a presentation, we should act with full commitment. But in situations where we have little control, worrying only drains our energy and clouds our thinking. This principle also applies to personal relationships. You can't control how someone else feels or behaves, but you can control your actions. If a friend is going through a tough time and pulls away, you can't force them to open up, but you can offer support and be there when they're ready to talk. By focusing on what you can do, you use your energy wisely. This principle is not just about avoiding negative emotions, it's also about maximizing effectiveness in your efforts. When leading a project at work, focus on what you can manage, your planning, your team's motivation, rather than worrying about things outside your control, like market conditions or competitors' actions. Practicing the dichotomy of control empowers us, reminding us that while we can't control everything, we can control our reactions, making us more resilient and proactive. It's about focusing on what truly matters and what we can influence. Lesson 4. Keep virtues in mind. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on how virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance can shape our lives. These aren't just abstract ideals for debate. They're practical tools that guide our actions and interactions. Wisdom is more than just knowledge. It's applying that knowledge in real life. It means making decisions based on clear understanding rather than emotions or pressure. For example, when faced with a tough decision at work, wisdom means considering the long-term impact rather than focusing on short-term gains. Courage isn't only about facing physical danger. It's about confronting daily internal battles, standing up for your values, or admitting mistakes and learning from them. Justice goes beyond legal fairness. It's about treating others with respect, considering their needs alongside your own. Temperance, or self-control, is challenging in a world of instant gratification. It's about moderation, managing impulses, and choosing balance when extremes seem tempting. By practicing temperance, you keep your desires in check, ensuring that they don't cloud your judgment or pull you away from your true priorities. Embracing these virtues leads to a richer, more meaningful life. It's not about suppressing your nature, but fulfilling it. Not about diminishing joy, but deepening it. By keeping virtues in mind, you not only navigate life's challenges more effectively, but also contribute to a better, more just world. Lesson 5. Always consider the big picture. This practice is about maintaining perspective. It's understanding that every challenge, every decision, and every moment is part of a larger narrative. When you view your experiences from a wider perspective, even setbacks become opportunities for growth. Faced with a major disappointment, instead of getting lost in immediate frustration, ask yourself how this fits into your bigger life story. Perhaps this setback is leading you towards something better suited to your long-term goals. By consistently considering the big picture, you avoid getting bogged down by small, everyday problems. This helps you prioritize your actions and emotions. If something doesn't significantly affect your long-term goals or your ability to live a virtuous life, it probably doesn't need a strong emotional response. This mindset helps you stay focused on what truly matters. As we wrap up today's exploration of Stoic principles, it's clear that these teachings offer more than philosophical musings. They provide practical strategies for modern life. Stoicism equips us to face challenges with resilience and wisdom. Remember, Stoicism isn't about ignoring emotions. It's about recognizing what truly matters: our responses, our values, and our growth. Marcus Aurelius taught that life is not about what happens to us, but how we respond. This perspective is empowering, shifting us from being tossed by life's events to taking charge of our own lives. A victim mentality. A victim mentality is like being trapped in a cage of our own making, where we believe the world is against us and that we are powerless to change our circumstances. This mindset is a heavy chain that weighs us down, causing us to focus on blame and excuses rather than solutions and growth. When we constantly see ourselves as victims, we start to view challenges as insurmountable obstacles and life as something that happens to us rather than something we have control over. This mentality can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our belief in our own powerlessness prevents us from taking action or seeking opportunities. It keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity and hopelessness, making it difficult to see the possibilities for change and improvement. The fear of failure or rejection often looms large, holding us back from pursuing our goals or dreams. To overcome a victim mentality, we can turn to the teachings of Stoicism. One key idea is taking responsibility for our own thoughts and actions. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own responses, attitudes, and efforts, rather than dwelling on what we cannot control, such as the actions of others or external events. By shifting our focus to our own agency, we can start to see ourselves as active participants in our lives, capable of making choices and effecting change. Stoicism also teaches the importance of resilience and acceptance. Life will always have its challenges and setbacks, but by adopting a Stoic mindset, we can learn to face these difficulties with courage and grace. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance, we can embrace the idea that adversity is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. With this perspective, we empower ourselves to break free from the chains of a victim mentality and move toward a life of purpose, strength, and resilience. Fantasizing instead of visualizing. Fantasizing instead of visualizing is like building sandcastles at low tide. They might be grand and beautiful, but they are soon washed away by the inevitable waves of reality. This habit weakens the mind by indulging in dreams that lack a solid foundation, like chasing after mirages that disappear the closer you get. When we fantasize, we disconnect from the present and create expectations that reality often can't fulfill, leaving us feeling disappointed and unfulfilled. In contrast, visualizing is like carefully laying the bricks of a sturdy home. You see the final structure in your mind, but you're also focused on the steps required to build it. Visualization is grounded in reality, where your goals are clear, achievable, and aligned with your values. It's the difference between dreaming about success and actively planning for it. Stoicism provides deep insights into why fantasizing can be harmful. The Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control, and fantasies often involve scenarios that are beyond our reach or based on unrealistic expectations. This detachment from reality can lead to frustration and inaction as we become lost in wishful thinking rather than taking practical steps toward our goals. Visualization, on the other hand, is rooted in Stoic principles of right intention and right action. By visualizing, we set clear, realistic goals and chart a path to achieve them. It's like having a compass that points us in the right direction, helping us stay focused and motivated even when the journey is challenging. To shift from fantasizing to visualizing, start by grounding your goals in reality. Ask yourself what you truly want and what steps you can take to get there. Instead of dreaming about the end result, focus on the process. Break down your goals into actionable steps and visualize yourself completing each one. This approach turns your dreams into plans, giving you the power to make them a reality. When you notice yourself drifting into fantasy, bring your attention back to the present moment and your current goals. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that bring everything into sharp focus, helping you see clearly where you are and where you need to go. Finally, embrace the Stoic teaching of impermanence. Understand that life is constantly changing, and clinging to rigid fantasies can keep you stuck. Visualization allows you to adapt and grow, shaping your goals as you move forward. It's like riding a wave instead of trying to freeze the ocean. You flow with life's changes, making the most of every moment. These lessons are tools to help us thrive. They deepen our relationships, boost productivity, and bring genuine peace and happiness. So, let's commit to practicing these Stoic principles every day. Each challenge is a chance to grow, and each setback, a lesson in disguise. Thanks for joining today's discussion. If you found these insights helpful, please like this video, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who might benefit. Let's continue this journey toward living with purpose, wisdom, and inner peace.